How are you, Commissioner? No, no. See, you can't do that. You got to stand. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of Public Works for today, Wednesday, February 21st, 2018.
Good morning. Fernando Campos, Executive Officer, welcoming our new commissioner, Commissioner Garcia, establishing our roll call for the morning. Commissioner Garcia, repenting James, Davis, and Jacinto are present. President James, we do have a quorum. May we start with your introduction, starting with Bureau of Sanitation. I'm sorry, Bureau of Contract Administration.
Good morning, Seffi Wiles, Bureau of Contract Administration.
Good morning, Barry Bergen with LA Sanitation.
Good morning, Ruben Flamenco, Bureau of Street Lighting.
Good morning, Craig Shaw, Bureau of Street Services.
Good morning, Shirley Lau, Bureau of Engineering.
Good morning, Ted Jordan, Public Works General Counsel.
Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. President James, we do not have any speaker cards under general public comment. We also have no commentary under the Neighborhood Council comment section. We also did not receive any speaker cards on any of the items for today's agenda.
Thank you. We will close the Neighborhood Council category of commentary as well as general public comment, and we will open with a huge welcome for our new commissioner that we've been waiting for, and she has arrived, Commissioner Alda Garcia. Welcome. We look forward to a wonderful working relationship with you, and thank you for your leadership and for your background, and what you bring to the office. We're very excited. Let's start with, we have some bids. Let's go ahead and take care of the bids, and then we will go to our special presentation this morning. Agenda item number 1, bids to be received for the demolition of the Parker Center project. Bureau of Engineering, and they are here in force today anyway. Our city engineer is here for the opening of the bids of the demolition of Parker Center. So, Mary Carter, go right ahead with Dr. Campos.
Thank you, Mr. President. Fernando Campos, Executive Officer. The bids to be open again is for the demolition of the Parker Center project. This is in Council District 14. The city has estimated this project to be at $16,212,746 even. I believe we have 5 bids in total that we received. The first bid for this project is from GGG Demolition Incorporated, for a total bid amount of $18,433,995.56. That's $18,433,995.56 from GGG Demolition Incorporated. Sorry for that pause. The second bid received for this project is from Swinnerton Builders, that's Swinerton Builders, for a total bid amount of $20,567,192 even. That's 20567,192 from Swinnerton Builders. For the record, line item number 27 has been lined out and initialed by the contractor. The third bid received for this project is from National Demolition Contractors for a total bid amount of $21,854,025 even. That's 21854,025 from National Demolition Contractors. The fourth bid received for this project is from Silverado Contractors Incorporated for a total bid amount of $16,737,549 even. That's 16737,549 from Silverado Contractors Incorporated. The fifth and final bid received for this project is from American Integrated Services Incorporated for a total bid amount of $21,898,902 even. That's 21898,902 from American Integrated Services Incorporated. Mr. President, that concludes the bid openings for today's agenda.
Great, thank you. Is there a second to my motion that the bids be open, declared, and received by Commissioner Repenning? Any objection? With that objection, that'll be the order on agenda item number 1. We have a very special presentation today, the Rory M. Shaw Award presentation by our city engineer that we do this year or annually around this time every year, and our city engineer is present this morning.
Good morning. It's a very special day for all of us, and that's because Shirley Shaw is here. Shirley is the mother of Rory M. Shaw, and this is our 13th year of giving this award out, and Shirley's been here for every one of them. I've not had the pleasure of being here for every one of them. I think I've missed 2, but Shirley's been here. For those who don't know, Shirley lives in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
I live in the Lower Peninsula.
Oh, the Lower Peninsula.
But
yeah.
I am a Youper.
But she's a Youper. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you got to get that straight.
Youper that lives in the Lower Peninsula.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Shirley's a shy wallflower, and will correct me as I go through this presentation. But Shirley flew out from Michigan on Saturday to join us this morning. Today, I just wanted to mention a little bit about Rory. Rory started working for us in 1991, and he had a 14-year career. A little bit about Rory was he had a Bachelor's of Science in Mathematics. He was a lieutenant in the U.S. Navy. He attended nuclear power school and became a trainer, served aboard the USS Truxtun, a nuclear-powered cruiser, and was honorably discharged, and then said, I still don't have enough education, went back to Michigan State University and got his Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering. And that's where we had the smarts to recruit Rory to come out to Los Angeles.
And chemical, and
Go ahead.
mechanical, civil. He had 10 engineering degrees.
Wow.
He said he couldn't get enough learning. So he was really busy all the time. There we go.
You know, and I'm joined this morning from our executive team, our Chief Deputy City Engineer, Deborah Weintraub, Deputy City Engineer, Ken Redd, Deputy City Engineer, Ted Allen, and Deputy City Engineer, Julie Souter. And I'm also very pleased that we're joined by some of our past awardees here today. And so I'll start in 2007, we have Isam, and we have Jean in 2009. We have Paul in 2011, Hortensia in 2012, Maria from 2014, Jackie from 2015, and our 2000 award winner, Elisa Blake. So a round of applause to our past award winners. You know, I think all the past award winners recognize the importance of the award it means to all of us, and I really appreciate them coming out today to support us here. In order to be nominated, and this year's award winner was nominated by 2 people, you must have some of the Rory's attributes. And we know nobody has all of Rory's attributes, but you have to have some of them. And I'd just like to read some of those attributes about Rory. You must have demonstrated outstanding dedication to duty or outstanding leadership qualities. You must have made significant contributions in furthering the Bureau of Engineering's mission and goals by performing his or her duties at a level of excellence far exceeding established standards. You must have developed partnerships with the Board of Public Works, other city departments, bureaus, and public agencies, contractors, consultants, and the community at large. You must have established a reputation for professional service. You must have been recognized and respected by colleagues, clients, and supervisors. And finally, you must have demonstrated extraordinary problem-solving capability. Rory was truly, truly a special person.
He had to fix it.
Yeah, he had to fix it, as Shirley said. He had a fix-it attitude. And, you know, it's just so special, Shirley, that you allow us to celebrate Rory's life, because he meant so much to all of us, and he gave the ultimate sacrifice in the line of duty for us. And I just want you to know that it's just, I was preparing last night, and I was saying to Shirley beforehand, I know how hard and tough it is on me, and I can only imagine. And you come out here to help us celebrate, and we just can't thank you enough. And I just want to give you a special round of applause right now. You're just a special, special person, and we so appreciate that. And now we need a 2018 award winner, and we've selected somebody outstanding for you, Shirley. Good. And yes, we had breakfast this morning, and I'm just so proud to tell you a little bit about him. And first of all, I should say his name, though.
Yes.
And so, and we'll have him come up, and we'll have Robert and Julie come up, his supervisor, Robert. And this year's 2018 award winner is Arson. Yeah. Come on up, Arson. Robert, Julie. Come on up, Arson. Come on up. Julie, Robert, come on up. We want Arson to soak all this in. You stand next to Shirley here. You stand next to Shirley here. Who's that, Arson?
Should be my son.
It should be Arson's son. Do you want to introduce him?
Yes, that's my son, Michael, that you're hearing back there.
Does Michael want to spend time with you? Do you want him to come up?
No, it's okay. He's very active.
Okay. Arson, he's good up here. He's a future bureau employee, so we're hoping, at that. Arson has been with the bureau since 2007, and he's led the development and provided oversight, policies, procedures, and requirements of our $1.4 billion sidewalk program. That's a 30-year program, and we're in year 1+. Yeah. And he was instrumental in developing the sidewalk repair program assessment and design guidelines. And, you know, for me, he's really, the attribute I see out of him is he's an expert. And the Bureau of Contract Administration calls Arson. The Bureau of Street Services calls Arson. I think Arson's a rock when it comes to our sidewalk program, and he's just a great, great resource. And I don't want to steal all of the kind words, so I'm going to turn it over to our Deputy City Engineer, Julie Souter, to say a few fine words about Arson.
I have a few words here. So good. You're right. Yeah, okay. So good morning, Julie Souter, Deputy City Engineer with the Bureau of Engineering. Thank you to the board for taking the time today to celebrate with us Rory Sherrod's life. Today is a very, very special day for us. We're here to recognize one of our employees that truly exemplifies what it means to give in the name of public service. And in doing so, we really celebrate and honor the memory of Rory Shaw. For me, it's a very extra special honor because this year's recipient is none other than our very own sidewalk repair program's Arsen Voskerchian. As Gary mentioned, Arsen joined the city in 2007, and quickly he became an expert and showed his technical skills as an engineer in many of our divisions and bureaus. As a civil engineer, as I mentioned earlier, Arsen is a senior civil engineer with the sidewalk repair program, and through his leadership and his skills, he quickly became and has established himself as a leader and as an expert in the field. What Arsen really brings to the program and to the city, very much like Rory did when he was here, was the authenticity and integrity. And that truly exemplifies again what it means to be a public servant and makes this award winner for this year very special. And I think we do Rory a great service. So I know we have a lot of speakers. But thank you so much. And we have our principal engineer over the sidewalk repair program, and one of the nominators for Arsen is Robert Vega.
Thank you, Ms. Souter. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Robert Vega. And good morning. Nice to meet you. Thank you. And actually, I did have the pleasure and honor of working with Rory for many years. So in making the nomination, I truly know what it was that Rory provided to us. He was always fun-spirited, had a can-do attitude, and just worked tirelessly. And so when I recently joined the sidewalk division, for the most part, Arsen had been leading the team, and he had set up structure and policy and just made it easy for me to move into that position, and he's been nothing but great support to me. He does really work tirelessly. He is an expert, and he is definitely just really admired by everybody in the division and with other bureaus and city staff that he works with. Can't say enough about him, and it's a pleasure for me and an honor to work with you and to continue doing this. For our program, for me, it's a marathon, and we started at a very quick pace, and he's helped me to keep up with the team so that we can meet our goal and making the city a safe and place for us to walk in. So to Arsen, I brought our division, if you could all stand up, please, to honor him and to congratulate him. Congratulations, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
And with that, I'll present the award to Arsen. Yay, Arsen!
Thank you very much. Thank you, Shirley. Thank you very much.
So, Arsen, congratulations. Before we hear from you, and I do, with kind of board decorum, I always try, just sitting in this chair, to use last names of everyone, at least when I start. But with Arsen, it's just Arsen.
Yes.
Although I've been practicing. Voskerchian?
Yes.
Ah, there
Thank
we
you.
go.
Thank
See,
you very
Davis and I
much.
were over here. I was coaching Davis along.
Yes.
On
Thank you.
the,
I was practicing last night also, so yeah.
on Voskerchian. So let me just start by saying congratulations to you. We're thrilled with your work, Arsen. We're thrilled that you're in the sidewalk repair program. For us, as Julie knows and the team knows, it's a big part of what we do and our communication with the community. And we're always asked about it. I was asked about it in an interview this morning. So we are we're thrilled that you're there, and we're very pleased with your work product, and keep it up. And congratulations on this very deserving award. Ms. Shaw, Shirley, it's good to see you again. It's always nice to see you. It, I remember things about Rory each year, and I had forgotten about his naval service. I remembered all the engineering degrees because I remember in one of the prior years talked a little bit about a lifetime of learning that he always appreciated because I think that's so important. But I'd forgotten about the Navy stuff.
Let me tell you, Rory would call when they were out. Oh,
I'm going to force you.
all right. Well, when he'd be out on his ship somewhere on wherever they were going, he would call and say, I'm here or there, American Samoa, off the coast of Africa, Australia, New Zealand. He called one morning, it was usually around 2 o'clock in the morning when he called. And he said, I can't tell you where I am this time, Mother. He says, but it's a secret. And I said, I know where you are, Rory. And he said, how do you know where I am? He says, where am I? And I said, well, you're off the streets of Hormuz doing destroyer duty for the President of the United States. It was the first day of the Iraq War. And he said, oh, he said, well, why did you say that? And I said, I saw your ship on PBS going, controlling the streets of Hormuz on the 6 o'clock news. And he said, oh, well, I got to go. He says, I can neither confirm nor deny that. He says, but I'm going to tell my captain that my mother already knew where he was.
With duty first, always, he can neither confirm nor deny.
Neither confirm nor deny, but, yep.
But congratulations, Shirley. And let me just say, as an only son, that the way you honor your son every year truly touches us. And what an amazing son you had, and what an amazing mother he's had in you. So thank you for being here.
I hope I can live long enough to see this park.
Well, so do we. Yes. And the answer is, our city engineer says?
Yes, Los Angeles County Department of Public Works is in the design of the park.
Okay.
And we track it every week, and it is progressing. So I really believe there's going to be another groundbreaking in the not too future. We had one, but we're actually going to have a real one in not the in the near future.
Okay, so Shirley, you will. All right. And so congratulations to everyone. Commissioner Davis.
First, I'd like to commend Mrs. Shaw, Shirley Shaw, for coming. Every year that I come, I'm inspired, and I'm sure my colleagues are, with your presence and being here. And I have the greatest appreciation of the fact of us reflecting the values that obviously Roy had in terms of his achievement in the Bureau of Engineering. What we seek is excellence in public service, and Roy stood for that. And so I have the greatest appreciation that Gary has chosen him as the symbol of excellence. And also I want to commend Arsen Vokershin. Is that correct? Am I near it? Vokershin. He's been trying to tutor me, as you see. It took me a while to master it. But I want to say that he's a consummate professional. He has often come before the board to present. And again, we value the excellence that you all implement every day. And so it is rewarding for us to see you honored in this way after such a great person who gave their life to public service, Roy Shaw. So again, congratulations, and we thank you for your service.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Commissioner Repenning?
I just want to thank you, Gary, and thank you, Ms. Shaw, for providing us an opportunity every year to really acknowledge some of the great work happening at the Bureau of Engineering, and to shine the light on individuals like Arsen here today who are truly doing great work for our city, making us proud, and honoring your son's legacy. So congratulations, Arsen, and to everyone in our sidewalk program. Thank you so much. You guys are doing great work out there, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Commissioner Jacinto.
Thank you, President James and colleagues. It's a great day. It's a mixed day. It's a very heavy day that our city engineer had stated to me earlier, Gary, because we're doing many, many things. We're celebrating, we're honoring, we're mourning, we're grieving. But I'm going to start off by saying, Ms. Shaw, Shirley, you become more gracious and the third time I've seen you, and you're more gracious than the last year. God bless you, and thank you for being here with us, for doing this important thing for our city and for our department and for our employees. It's wonderful to see you. God bless you. Gary, thank you for your leadership in keeping this movement, this initiative alive, because it's so important. Julie, for your leadership on the program, and Bob for having the wisdom and actual contact with Rory, working with them to know that arson embodies that. So thank you all for your leadership on this. To Rory's all-stars over there, you lined up, man, and we see Kopp. Dave Kopp came in late, but we'll give him a break. For setting this.
Carol's here.
And
Dr. Carol Armstrong.
Dr. Carol Armstrong is in it from the mayor's office. Yeah.
Well, come and join, because we want to give all Rory's all-stars that love that they deserve and being, embodying. I'm so blessed to be able to work with our Bureau of Engineering on a daily basis, and all our bureaus are wonderful. This award that we give, this notoriety, this nod is an affirmation to all that's good in the city. And every month, I get a chance to sit in front of Arson at the table and the Bureau of Engineering at our 8 o'clock morning sidewalk repair programs. And Arson is a rock. He's like the sidewalk that is repaired and that's stable and that you could go on. And then nothing riles him unless if you touch that board. Arson, you really embody that. And the Bureau has done well by adding you to this roster. It's great to meet your wife, Mina, your mom, Jasmine, and your son, Michael. And because you're a part of the family and you're raising, and this is what has produced you and your career. And I'll say to you that as you move forward with your career, you have a responsibility, as all of you, as all those that have been given this nod, this affirmation of being servant leaders, because that's how we're going to continue to make our city better. But it's all based on the concept and the life of Rory, the fix-it guy, the rough exterior, the Spartan, but who had a heart, and whose heart you gave. And seeing you here every year, Ms. Shaw, Shirley, is an affirmation of what's good. So, Arson, we celebrate you. We look forward to more great work because, hey, it's a long program, so you aren't going anywhere. But you're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to fix our sidewalks and make our city better for all, so that all have accessibility. It's a great day in our board. Arson, congratulations. And Shirley, again, God bless you.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, I'd like to just take a minute to thank everyone. Thank you very much. I truly appreciate it. It is an honor to receive this award, to be counted amongst the previous awardees. I want to thank our city engineer, Gary Lee Moore, our deputy city engineer, Julie Sauter, and my current and previous supervisors, Robert Vega and John Haskett, for even considering me for this award. It is truly an honor, and I do appreciate it. So thank you very much. Thank you to your board for taking the time to recognize and provide this opportunity for us to pass on the baton. And it is an honor for me to stand up here and receive this award. I started in 2007, so I didn't personally know Rory, but I've heard so much about him throughout the years that I do feel like I know him. And so it's great to know that his memory and his name carry on through the Bureau. And so I'd like to know, Ms. Shaw, I'd like you to know that his name does get carried on, and it will carry on with this award and all the awards to follow after that. So thank you, everyone. Thank you to my team over at the Sidewalk Division. We can't do anything alone. It's truly a team effort. We work very hard day in and day out, and it's good to know that the efforts do come through and people do see that, because there are a lot of sidewalks and it's a lot of work to get those repaired. So we appreciate everyone's patience and understanding that it's not a very easy fix. And just in general, I'd like to thank Gary for providing a great place for us to work. One thing I've learned over the years in my relatively short career of 10 years is that it's very important to work with good people in a good environment. And I honestly can say that the Bureau of Engineering is a great place to work. great people in it, and in large part it's due to the leadership and also the people that we've selected in the Bureau. And so I look forward to working with everyone in the Bureau every day and working with you throughout the days. Thank you again.
Thank you, sir.
Do you want to say anything about your wife?
Oh, yes. Last but not least, I want to thank my family, my wife, my mom, and my son.
She's got the camera.
My wife
over
is
there.
sitting up here in the front with the camera. Definitely want to say thank you and for their understanding that sometimes I need to work a little extra and there are sometimes that emails need to get answered. So I appreciate their understanding, and I want to really thank my wife for raising our amazing little son while I'm out here at work. She truly has the harder job, and so thank you for doing an awesome job. Thank you.
Thank you. So we will take just a quick recess for some photographs, and we'll be right back on our agenda. Thank you for everyone at Team BOE for being here this morning. Agenda item, and again, congratulations to Arson. Agenda item number 2, Bureau of Engineering, Council District 14, task for solicitation number 201, Active Transportation Program Bicycle and Pedestrian Facilities Connection Project and the 6th Street Viaduct Mission Myers Roundabout Project, recommending that the board first authorize the city engineer to issue the task to MGE-V&A from the pre-qualified on-call bridge, civil engineering, and other design support services consultant list to provide design and support services for the ATP Bicycle and Pedestrian Facility Connection Project and the 6th Street Viaduct Mission Myers Roundabout Project as stated in task order solicitation number 201, transmittal number 1, with a budget authority of $831,247, which includes contingency. Eunice Lee, hi there.
Good morning. My name is Eunice Lee with the Bureau of Engineering, 6th Street Viaduct Division. I'm here to recommend the board to authorize the city engineer to issue the task to MGE BNA joint venture with a budget authority of $831,247, which includes a contingency. The scope is to provide the design and design support during construction for active transportation program bicycle and pedestrian facility connection project and 6th Street Viaduct Mission Maya Roundabout project. Both projects are located in the east side of the LA River between 6th Street and 7th Street. ATP project is to provide connectivity for bicyclists and pedestrians between 6th Street Viaduct and 7th Street. This project will provide new sidewalk, pedestrian lighting, and bike path along the Mission Road and Meyer Streets. The roundabout project is located within the same corridor as ATP project. The project will replace awkward double T intersection with a roundabout. ATP project is funded by ATP grant through Caltrans. Roundabout project is funded by Metro Netto Revenue Grant and Federal Earmark Repurposing Fund through Metro. This project, per the contract, this project is required to have a 6.01% DB participation. However, we're glad to say that this project will have 79.1% DB participation for this particular task order. Any questions?
Thank you. Any questions? We'll start with Commissioner Cinto.
Thank you, President James. Eunice, can you talk a little bit about I don't know if we've seen this before, a joint venture between two? Was this something that they were independent and they joined specifically for this project?
No, per contract, they come as a joint venture to be on the on-call list.
Okay, so they work together already
Yes.
and they bid together too?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Cinto. Anything further? Commissioner Cinto has made a motion that we adopt agenda item number 2. I'll second it. Thank you. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 2. Any issue sending number 2 forthwith? We will send number 2 forthwith. A couple of administrative items. Agenda item number 8 is a stop notice from Robertson's. Robertson's is transmitting a stop notice in the amount of $2,331.36 for furnishing ready-mix concrete, rock, and/or sand material for Alameda Construction Services, an apparent subcontractor in connection with the La Cienega Interceptor Sewer Rehabilitation Black Welder to Olympic project, the primary contractor for which is Kiewit Infrastructure West Company. Is there a second to my motion that we receive agenda item number 8 forthwith? By Commissioner Repenning. Any objection? Without objection, we will do so. Agenda item number 7 is the release of a stop notice for Robertson's. Robertson's has transmitted the release of a stop notice in the amount of $8,613 for furnishing ready-mix concrete, rock, and/or sand material to L&A Concrete Structures Incorporated, the apparent subcontractor in connection with the City of Los Angeles 25th Street Drainage Improvement Project. The contractor for that is Palp Incorporated, doing business as Excel Paving. Is there a second to my motion that we receive agenda item number 7 forthwith? By Commissioners Davis and Repenning. Any objection? Without objection, we will do so. Is there a second to my motion that we approve the meeting minutes from the meeting of Wednesday, January 31, 2018? The meeting minutes, anybody? Commissioner Repenning seconded the meeting minutes. Thank you. Any objection? Without objection, those meeting minutes are approved. Agenda item number 5, contract award, bathroom and monitoring services at automatic public toilet and mobile pit stop program locations, recommending that the board concur with the City Council and mayoral action to approve the proposed personal services contract between the Board of Public Works and Hunters Point family in substantial form for 6 months at an amount not to exceed $942,000 plus $141,300 in contingency. That's a 15% contingency for an aggregate of $1,083,000. Secondly, authorize myself or 2 members of the board to execute the contract after approval as to form has been obtained from the city attorney. And third, authorize the executive officer to exercise one 6-month extension at an additional cost up to $880,000, subject to funding availability and city council approval. Mr. Mendoza, our assistant executive officer, is this your first time to officially present?
You know, it is in my role here at the board. I think the last time I was before the board was when I was at Con Ed back in September 2013.
Wow.
right before
okay.
I went to the CAO.
So I thought that might be the case. It had been a while, so I didn't want you to sit too long out there and get too comfortable. So
Thank
I thought
you.
I'll call you up quickly before and see if I could catch you off guard.
You did surprise me.
So here we go.
Thank you, Mr. President, Commissioners, Bureau Representatives, Mr. City Attorney, Mr. Jordan, Dr. Campos. We're here asking today on behalf of the board office for your concurrence with council and mayor action, which approved a personal services contract with Hunters Point Family for bathroom attendant and monitoring services. So just to give you a little background, last year when the LA County Department of Public Health declared a hepatitis A virus outbreak, I think for the city, the question became, and understanding the homeless population in the city, how do we prevent the further spread of that disease or the virus? One idea came through a council motion asking the CAO to look at options to increase access to public bathrooms. After some research and analysis, the CAO recommended using a program that was done in San Francisco as a model. In that program, the goal was basically to provide safe and clean public toilets and sinks in areas with high homeless population. In San Francisco, each location had a bathroom attendant, and those bathroom attendants would clean and set up the toilets on a daily basis, ensure safe usage of the toilets, report damage or misuse, cleaning an area around it, managing the hazardous waste that's collected. So basically just trying to make these bathrooms, portable toilets, a little more presentable and a little more appealing to use, if you want to say. And in San Francisco, the results were really positive. The utilization rates of the toilets doubled in some cases. So here in December, the council and mayor acted to authorize the board to execute a contract with Hunters Point Family, which is the nonprofit that implemented the program in San Francisco, and gave the green light to basically start a pilot program very similar to what they were doing in San Francisco, a 6-month pilot program. So if you look, the program that CAO recommended kind of is a two-pronged approach. One, we have some existing automatic public toilets in the city. For this pilot program, using 3 of those locations and staffing each of those with an attendant, 2 in Skid Row and 1 in Hollywood. Those right now were analyzed and evaluated to be sufficient amount of bathrooms for the area, but they're underutilized. So hoping we get the same results as in San Francisco to increase the utilization of those restrooms. The second part of the approach is adding public portable toilets at 5 different locations. So it would include a ADA toilet, an ADA wash station, and 1 regular toilet with a sink inside the bathroom. So the 5 sites are in CD 9, 11, 13, 14, and 15. You can see the locations on page 4 of the report. So you could see on those locations, they'd be staffed by at least 1 bathroom attendant, 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then as it is a pilot program, we'll evaluate the locations to see how they're being utilized, see if we have the right number of attendants at each location based on safety factors, and just kind of go from there. So the first part is the 6-month pilot, and that's the contract that we're asking you to authorize today. The third recommendation that you mentioned was authorizing the executive officer to exercise a 6-month extension if funding becomes available. What council gave us was enough funding for the 6-month portion, and then if successful, we'd continue on.
Good job, bro, which I expected. By the way, just a couple questions for you. I think I understand from our budget process, even the recent budget meeting that you accompanied us to, that with the 6-month funding, will the determination on the next round of funding be made in the next budget, or will it be made before then?
That's probably a tough one to predict. I mean, it could probably go either of 2 ways. We could see funding come through the budget for either an additional 6 months or maybe even longer if it's that successful and the push is there to go that much further.
Okay.
Or it could be an interim action, maybe sort of 4 or 5 months down the road from now through a council action that just happens outside of the budget process. So I guess it depends on timing and the desire and where it comes from.
Okay. But we do know that we have funding for 6 months now.
Correct.
Okay. Commissioner Davis.
In terms of the funding, is this potentially a project that might be able to be taken care of through Measure H in the future in terms of homeless funding?
You know, I'm not as familiar with Prop HHH and the funding
Well, not
and what it can be
HHH.
used.
My understanding is HHH is a county measure, right?
So luckily I
services.
have.
So well, this is what I understand. Well, you don't know the answer to that question.
So our colleague, Elise Azevedo from the CAO's office is here. Could probably provide some
Yeah, I thought
insight on
H was a city initiative that was for capital improvements. and that
Hi,
kind of-
Elise Azevedo, CAO. It's opposite. So Proposition HHH is the city fund, and
city one.
Proposition H is
we
the
have
county
more
measure.
Okay.
We have more.
Yeah.
But the HHH is for capital improvements.
Right, capital improvements
So
only, not
therefore,
operations.
then my question then would be, would HHH in the future potentially be something to which we could go and apply this project to further sustain it in the future, perhaps?
HHH, the way that the GEO bonds work is it has to be a facility that's like installed into the ground, like a
I see.
facility improvement.
And these are portables.
Yeah, they're portable, deliverable daily. So I would say no, that's not going to be eligible for HHH. The funding that the city found for the 6-month pilot was from savings through LASA. And I can tell you that we're working to find additional funding for the 6-month extension.
Let me ask you this. I don't want to rewrite another project, but if in fact we had individuals who were manning the park restrooms out at the beaches and the other places or wherever, then that would then make us eligible for HHH? If you said it has to be a physical structure, capital project, right?
Mm-hmm. With an installation of maybe an additional like brick and mortar type restroom facility may be eligible.
A lot of our parks do have brick and mortar restrooms.
Yeah, so
And I don't-
items like that are potentially eligible for HHH. The only thing I would say is HHH is specifically for individuals experiencing homelessness and services
Well,
to
we
be
do have a
provided
lot
to
of
them.
homeless people that are in our parks in some of these areas that I'm talking about.
Absolutely, yeah, and we do an annual funding for HHH, so if Rec and Parks wanted to come forward with some sort of proposal for a facility to be installed in one of the parks, we could consider it. But as to the attendance and the staffing costs, that would not be eligible.
Wow. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Commissioner Jacinto.
Thank you, President James. Raul, good job. Thank you for reporting this very timely issue. And what I gather and what I get is that this is about monitoring and staffing facilities, and that's what we need to do in order to reduce incidents of disease and all that kind of thing. So I support it. I'm interested to know that it came from San Francisco, Hunters Point, and it's a nonprofit that's providing. So I guess the question I would ask on behalf of our board is that this organization has the track record in San Francisco. It's monitored. It has shown competency in this type of very difficult work. Correct?
Yes, that's correct. And they've taken part in basically the setup with regards to training staff, de-escalation training, hazardous waste material training. So just kind of all the things that they would need to be successful.
And that's great. That's great to hear. And I would ask also that if we can come back on a regular basis, if this is 6 months, maybe come back at a real short interval and see what are the metrics on the usage, whether it's gone up or anything like that, just so we can see the trends. And that's obviously more rationale for more funding or continued funding wherever we get it from. Right?
Sure, we'd be happy to do that.
Thanks, Raul.
Thank you, Mr. Mendoza. Commissioner Penning.
I just wanted to thank you for your work on this. I know it's very important that all of our local agencies are, finding what their part is in helping with the homeless crisis, and it's great to see that our board is able to contribute to the overall effort as well. Thank you.
Thank you. I would echo Commissioner Repenning's comments on that. Very important. Thank you all for your work in that office. Elise, good to see you again. Thank you.
And on that, I guess I did fail to mention and give a shout out to Elise and the CAO's office because we've been working very closely with them.
Great. Perfect. Thank you for the help and the partnership. Without any further questions, I'll make a motion that we adopt agenda item number 5, seconded by Commissioners Davis and Jacinto. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 5. Thank you, sir. Any issue sending number 5 forthwith? We will send number 5 forthwith. Agenda item number 6, Office of Community Beautification. Council District 15 contract amendment for the Gang Alternatives Program, recommending that the board authorize the Office of Community Beautification to execute a contract amendment with the Gang Alternatives Program to increase the ceiling limit of the contract by an amount of $75,000 and authorize the Bureau of Sanitation to piggyback on the contract with Gang Alternatives Program to provide funding for the operation and maintenance of the Harbor City Greenway. Mr. Roch on number 6. Hello, sir.
Good morning. Paul Roch, Director of the Office of Community Beautification. Gang Alternative Program is one of the nonprofit community-based organizations under contract with our office. We're requesting approval this morning to authorize OCB to amend an existing contract with GAP, which would allow the Bureau of Sanitation to piggyback on this existing contract and to increase the ceiling amount by $75,000. This would allow the Gang Alternatives Program to continue to provide services at the Harbor City Greenway, a stormwater management and ecosystem restoration project that was completed in 2015. Work that GAP has been performing and shall continue to perform via this contract amendment includes opening and closing of the access gates, removing trash and pet waste, inspecting the existing irrigation system for leaks or damage and making repairs as needed, checking on the plants and the landscaping to ensure adequate watering, pruning, weeding, and trimming of trees in the area, inspecting the parking lot and trail lights, graffiti abatement, and basically serving as eyes and ears in the area and reporting any issues to the Bureau of Sanitation. We do respectfully request approval of this item, and Gordon Haynes, representing the Bureau of Sanitation, is here to answer any questions as well.
Thank you. Any questions? I don't have any questions. No questions. So Commissioner Sintos made a motion that we adopt agenda item number 6, seconded by Commissioners Davis and Repenning. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 6. Thank you both for being here. Any issue sending number 6 forthwith? We will send number 6 forthwith. Great, thank you guys. Let's go to agenda item number 3. Agenda item number 3. Council District 13. Budget increase and revised construction orders, emergency sewer repairs on the Bonnie Bray right-of-way, 200 North Block of Bonnie Bray project, recommending that the board authorize a revised construction budget of a not-to-exceed amount of $700,000 for the project and authorize the city engineer to issue a revised construction order for the project to Atlas Underground Company to proceed with the emergency sewer repair for the complete sewer reach replacement with an estimated cost of $700,000. Mr. Yak, hello, sir.
Good morning. My name is Alvin Yak. I am with the Bureau of Engineering, Wastewater, Conveying Construction Division. I am the construction manager for the emergency sewer project on 200 North Block of Bonnie Bray right-of-way. I am here to request the authority to revise the construction budget and issue a revised construction order to Atlas Underground Company to proceed with emergency sewer repair for the complete sewer reach replacement with an estimated cost of $700,000. On August 18, 2017, the Bureau of Engineering was requested to initiate emergency sewer repair procedure to repair multiple cracks, a void in the main line, and a heavy root intrusion on the a damaged 8-inch sewer main located on Bonnie Bray Street right-of-way. This is located in the Westlake area. Established emergency sewer repair procedure will follow and Atlas Underground is the next on-call contractor on top of the emergency sewer repair. The work was obtained to, some of the work was obtained to several right of entries, traffic control, and closed circuit televising, known as CCTV, of the sewer for a condition assessment. The initial cost estimate was $75,000, which is within the city engineer's authority of issuing construction order up to $500,000 for emergency sewer repair project. Later, we televised the sewer main and found that calcium deposit is revealed throughout the sewer main, and the CCTV camera also lodged in the sewer main. We attempted to perform a spot repair to retrieve the CCTV camera. This sewer main was an 8-inch pipe built in 1907, approximately 320 feet long, at a depth ranging from 25 to 30 feet due to the terrain on the hillside. Most of the alignment is in an easement, and there's not sufficient space for an open trench repairs. Therefore, the most feasible method of repair is pipe bursting. Pipe bursting is a trenchless method of replacing a buried sewer main using high-density polyethylene pipe with the city-approved products of standard dimension ratio of 17. Launching the pit and retrieving pull into place to replace the existing pipe. In addition to the Atlas Underground Company cost proposal, we requested for 2 others contracted on the top emergency sewer repair. The first contractor was Atlas, $582,850. Lee Construction came in second at $605,857, and Mike Perlich and Son came in at $680,800. The engineer reviewed the proposal and determined that Atlas' proposal is reasonable. There's no impact to the general fund. Funding is available in the sewer capital fund. Currently, the HDB pipe is being installed, and we are in the process of establishing the house connection and site restoration. Therefore, I'm requesting the authority to issue a revised construction order for Atlas Underground of not to exceed cost of $700,000 for this project. Thank you.
Good, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Commissioner Davis.
Wanted to ask, this is a $700,000 project. Is that approximately the
Yes.
cost? In terms of the business inclusion, I know this is a locally funded project. It's not a federally funded project. It's locally funded, correct? Correct.
I
There's
think
no
so,
federal funds, correct?
No.
Okay. In terms of women-owned businesses and minority-owned businesses, do we happen in this case to have any involved in the project, or is this a sole proprietor project where just the prime contractor is doing all the work?
This is part of the on-call contractor list that we established within 5 years, so this is just a prime contract.
Okay, no subs are involved in this.
There's no sub involved in this one, except when we utilize CCTV, televising the sewer reach, or sometimes there's lining work involved, but this prime is actually able to perform all the work except we hire the CCTV for this.
And so the CCTV is a centralized contract that we have an agreement with on all of our sewer situations, correct?
The prime actually has some option to hire the sub for CCTV.
I see. Okay. All right. And that is a subspecialty area where there are very few people that do that work, though, correct? In terms of the...
As far as the sewer replacement?
No, the hiring of the sub that they have to hire for a project like this. There are only few people that provide that particular service, correct?
We do have several out there that
we do
would
have
perform
several.
CCTV, yes.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Davis. Anything further on number 3? Commissioner Sintos made a motion that we adopt agenda item number 3. I will second it. Any objection? Without objection, we will adopt agenda item number 3. Thank you, sir. Any issue sending number 3 forthwith? We will send number 3 forthwith. That takes us to number 4, Bureau of Sanitation, Amendment number 3 to Task Order Solicitation number SN-7 to Tetra Tech, recommending that the board authorize the Director of the Bureau of Sanitation or his designee to issue Amendment number 3 to TOS SN7 to Tetra Tech for an environmental assessment and baseline study for the Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant lease renewal. Number 2, approve extending the term of engagement for task order solicitation SN7 from February 2018 to July 22nd, from February 25th, 2018, which is a few days from now, Saturday or Sunday, to July 22nd, 2019, to address the environmental documentation requirements for the Donald C. Tillman Water Reclamation Plant lease renewal set by the United States Army Corps of Engineers. The request is for the extension of the contract duration only. The budget of $325,000 remains the same. And then secondly, authorize the Director of the Bureau of Sanitation to extend the term of the task order 2 more years based upon approval by the Board of Public Works of the renewal of the parent contract as authorized by Council File 13-0949-S1. Chris Demonbrun?
Demonbrun.
Demonbrun.
Very close, very close.
At least I was kind of right along
Oh,
the way.
yeah, that's fine. It's something I've grown accustomed to over the last 40-some-odd years, so don't worry. You're in good company.
All right, got it.
So, good morning.
How about Chris? Did I get that part right?
That's fine by me.
All right.
Good morning, President James, Commissioners, Bureau representatives. My name is Chris Demonbrun, as you already know. I'm here to request that the board authorize the Director of Sanitation to issue the amendment number 3 for TOS SN7 for the Donald Tillman Reclamation Plant for the lease agreement documentation efforts for or with the Army Corps of Engineers. As you stated, it is for extension of time only. It does not increase the budget whatsoever, and as you said, the extension will take place until the 22nd of July, 2019, and then once the parent contract is renewed, then it will be renewed for another 2 years beyond that. So, if you'd like, I can expand.
Commissioner Penny.
Having some familiarity with this process, it's a matter of the work involved in renewing our lease with the Army Corps, and they're an agency that has a lot of process. I think we can.
Yes,
so
that's a very nice way to put it.
I think we started. When is our lease up?
The lease agreement ends on November 1st, 2019.
And when did we start the renewal process?
We started the renewal process over 3 years ago. So we were in communication with them prior to that and coming to agreements on duration of time that it would take to come to these agreements and everything. And over time, it's that additional efforts were requested by Army Corps, and also additional information about those efforts were requested. So it's not that anything has changed, so to speak. It's that they would like more information for their environmental documentation.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. And yes, I'm familiar with at least some level of process. And we're not the only ones that recognize that the U.S. Army Corps has process.
Yes.
Every other municipality in the country that I've come across that deals with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers recognizes that they have process.
Yes.
All right. So anything else? Is that a motion, Commissioner Penning? Motion by Commissioner Penning on number 4. I'll second it along with Commissioner Cinto. Any objection? Without objection, we'll adopt agenda item number 4. Thank you, sir. Extend
Thank you.
our lease. Any issue sending it forthwith? We will send number 4 forthwith. Dr. Campos, have we cleared all the voting items?
Yes, you have.
Okay, so number 9, oral reports, task order solicitation process update from all bureaus. Let's start with the Bureau of Sanitation. We were just doing a task order on the Bureau of Sanitation. Ms. Ho, go ahead.
Good morning, Mr. President, Board President, Commissioners, and Board Representative, City Attorney, and Executive Officer. My name is Tu Van Ho. Today I'm going to update the task order solicitation process for the Bureau of Sanitation. After the update from in August 2017, we follow up with ITA and work with them to add some functional icon to LA Bavin to help us to update the the information through LA Bavin more efficiency. And then also help us to use the easy to use when we update the contract awards summary status. Easy to use and for all of the consultant to view the information. And also, and now the system kind of work well. And we also got instruction from Bureau of Contract Administration. They want us to follow up with the sub-consultant who are working with sanitation under our task order. And they did not register in LA Bavin, and we need to follow up with them to update their company profile so that they can participate in our RFP when we post the task in LA Bavin, and they also can view the contract award summary. So that's our update.
Thank you. Any questions? Commissioner Davis, we'll start there.
In terms of the proposed idea that you subcontract with the company that was recommended to you by Con Ed, can you tell us a little bit about that company?
Actually, we have some company, like for example, after we advertise the task, there's some company, we also post the task in sanitation internet, and some company, they search and they found it interested, so they want to bid on our task, but they did not register in LA Bavin.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Are they a women-owned business? Is it a woman? Is it a business owned by women?
No. That is, we also post the task in LA Bavin, and at the same time, we also post our task in LA Sanitation Internet website.
Right. So you're now just waiting for this company that has been recommended to appropriately register in Bavin.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And I guess once they get in Bavin, then we'll be able to determine what kind of company it is.
Yes, because actually we invite them to our re-proposal meeting for our task. And when the prime, they submit the proposal, they also submit the list of sub-consultants in their team. So when we get in, after we interview, we evaluate their proposal, we select their company, and then we follow up with the prime and ask the prime to follow up with the sub to register in LA Bavin.
Wonderful. Do you know the name of the company that was recommended?
Actually, there's a lot of sub-consultants they register, so I could not remember the name, but I can come back and provide you the names.
Please do.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Anything further? Thank you from the Bureau of Sanitation.
Okay, thanks.
For the Bureau of Engineering, Mr. Ohanian, I see you sitting right there on the front row.
Good morning, Eddie Ohanian, Bureau of Engineering, Project Award and Control Division. I'm here to report on task order solicitation process and update, and also give you an update of our experience about the program. Task order solicitation, also known as tasks. The Bureau of Engineering issued 28 tasks on Business Assistance Virtual Network, BAVIN, for the period of August 1st, 2017 through January 31st, 2018. 7 tasks were issued on to the pre-qualified on-call architectural and related professional services consultant list. 3 tasks were issued to the pre-qualified on-call bridge and civil engineering and other design and support services consultant list. And 18 tasks were issued to the pre-qualified on-call geotechnical and environmental consultant services list. These are a total of 28 tasks that we have issued. They are still in the process of we're in the process of receiving proposals and in various stages of preparing board reports and getting authorizations. However, we have 2 other pre-qualified on-call consultants lists that are being developed, and those are full service right-of-way consultant services list and appraisal consultant services list. There are a total of 10 pre-qualified consultant lists that 4 have already been established in Babin, 2 are being established, and 4 more we're waiting for them to go through the process and expire. And once they do, our goals are to, again, establish them on Babin. So over time, as time goes by, our utilization of Babin will increase at the point that we're going to have all of our contracts on Babin. Our experience, we receive maybe an average of 2 or 3 emails a month from subcontractors and subconsultants that they want to be proposing, and we have to let them know that they have to be a member of a team with a consultant. And of course, those contracts are already pre-qualified, and they have to go through the process and, of course, work with the contract administration to become a member of those teams. But those have subsided quite a bit. We used to get a lot of those emails, and there was initially some confusion. Everybody wanted to bid the projects. But now, I guess pretty much everybody is kind of used to it. Our experience as a user of Babin has been very good. It's a very reliable system, very functional, and very user-friendly. So we have nothing bad to say about the program. We're very happy to have this program. And I guess in the past I was asked whether or not we have increased about man hours with utilizing Babin, and the answer is no. Our time that we spend in using Babin is about the same as what you used to do with the direct contact and receiving proposals. So it helps us to put out larger documents online for them to use. It helps us to communicate better. And of course, there's a transparency for everybody to see what's going on, how we award our projects. Any questions?
Thank you, sir. Commissioner Jacinto.
Thank you, President James. Eddie, good report on the TOS and Babin system for engineering. You said we had 28.
Yes, sir.
And a span of 4 or 5 months from August to
6 months.
6 months, the end of January. And in terms of we're going to be utilizing it more in terms of that too. And I think one of the things in our board, and led by Commissioner Penning and Davis, in establishing our business advisory, one of the things that we wanted to do was to have more events that make subs and primes. And to the extent that we could do that through Babin, through communication with our staff, through project award and control, the ability to bring diverse subcontractors, MeBe, WeBe, DVBE, all the alphabet soup is important. So I think that if you're saying that Babin and the TOS process on Babin is a good way to do that, then we should continue. And I'll ask you to advise us on other ways, again, that we can get a maximal exposure of diverse subcontractors to those primes so that we have our business inclusion numbers go up. That's what we're here for as well.
Right.
Right, Ed? Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Commissioner Jacinto. Anything further? Thank you, Mr. Ohanian.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Dr. Campos, have we cleared the desk?
Yes, you have.
Well, then we are adjourned. Commissioner Garcia, you are through your first meeting. There we go. Thank you, everyone. We will see you Friday morning.